Hello, everybody. It's Jon and Ryan, and we're back with another What's Blank Wednesday. Thanks to everybody who has tuned in to our former segments, especially this YouTube segment we did on Alpine ski boots. We're over 9,400 views, Ryan.
That's awesome.
We're almost famous.
I'm famous.
Yeah, so a lot of conversation this year, more than ever, on binding compatibility and something called indemnification with bindings. So we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what's happening between boots and bindings, older skis, newer skis. Maybe catch you before you come in, because I know we deliver messages that sometimes don't go over that well, right?
Yep. Yeah, there's an indemnified list that we as a shop get from the manufacturers of the bindings. And you see the Salomon Extreme ski over here, which is awesome. I used to have the yellow pair like that back in '95. Has an awesome set of bindings on there, but unfortunately we can't work on those bindings because they're not indemnified anymore. So,
I mean, this ski looks in great shape. This binding looks almost brand new. I mean, why can't we?
So we can see a lot on the outside, but most of the working pieces of this binding, unfortunately, are on the inside. Greases, springs, a lot of little plastic components that could be broken, might not work properly. So then they reach a point of age where Salomon or Marker will just say, we're not indemnifying that binding anymore, so we won't stand behind it.
And that's not just us, right?
Any ski shop, yep.
So
we have that list, and we just take it and go, unfortunately, we can't work on these bindings.
So when you guys pick up skis from your friends that look like they're in great shape, or potentially a garage sale or something like that, this is what we run into. We just can't work and adjust your bindings to your ski boots.
Right.
That's the other thing, is sometimes you guys have older skis and you come in and you buy new boots, and we can't, unfortunately, work on those as well.
Correct.
Now, this is a system ski, so we can't remove this binding from this ski. But if this was on a flat ski,
certainly
somebody
can
really
pull the old bindings off if they're really tied to that ski, love that ski, you want to keep the cost down. We've got some very affordable binding options that fit the skis and typically fit narrower skis too, compared to what we're on today. So we can get you out the door and back on the hill.
So it may not be all doom and gloom, but unfortunately a lot of these skis look like they're in great shape. It just can't be worked on anymore. So that's indemnification, you guys, or in the case of your skis, probably non-indemnified is what you'll hear. So let's talk a little bit about a traditional setup, and where we see that primarily these days is in race. This is a sole that is pretty much molded to the boot, right? So we call that what? Yeah,
so this is your DIN sole, and in particular in a race boot, it's all one piece, right? It's molded part of the boot. In your everyday boots, it might be still a bolted on sole, but it's got that DIN stack height right here that we've been used to for forever. That fits into the traditional bindings. Racers love it. They like the hard, rigid plastic. Gets the energy right through the binding, right through a flat binding out to the ski.
Yeah, that connectivity and super energy transfer is as good it gets there. So if you have a DIN sole, you can pretty much put that boot into
any binding that's still indemnified. So you'll be good to go.
Perfect. So let's look at the boot that you are standing by, because that is a new sole that came on the market maybe 4 years ago. It trickled in, and now we're seeing quite a few models coming with what?
So this has GripWalk sole, so I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's an angled sole up front, so you can actually look less clumsy walking around the lodge. It's a rubberized sole, much like a hiking boot too, so you get way better grip on the tile floors, out in the parking lots, or on a dance floor, or whatever you might be using these boots on. But because of that angle and the thickness of that sole, a lot of your older bindings it's not compatible with, and you got to get a GripWalk compatible binding for it.
So in front of us here is an older ski with a Marker wide ride binding, and here's a brand new ski with a Marker wide ride binding. These two look exactly the same. You're saying I can't take this GripWalk sole and put it in this older binding?
Correct. Right? So it all has to do with this AFD portion, or the slide, or the plate right behind the toe piece. That's very flat on there to accommodate the flat soles.
Is AFD an engineering term?
Anti-friction device. Allows our boot to kick out.
Everything slides easier across it.
So because of that angle on here, it won't integrate correctly with that. So now we've got new GripWalk bindings that have more of an angle or an adjustable angle built into them.
So if the skier of this pretty awesome RTM 84 came in and bought a GripWalk boot, they could no longer use this ski actually, because this is an integrated system as well.
It is. So we do have a solution for that. With most of these boots, we can get DIN sole plates. If this person really wanted this ski, this is still a great ski. The binding still passes on our list. They bought a boot that comes shipped with GripWalk bind or GripWalk plates on the bottom, most cases we can order DIN plates or DIN soles for them and still make them work.
It's an
They just
additional
won't have the
cost, but it's
advantage.
not very expensive. It's $40, I
Yep,
think, or something
40
like
to
that.
50 bucks.
$50 to replace
Yep.
the plates. So just be aware of that. So if you've got older skis and you're buying newer boots, please bring your skis in. So when you're working with our sales team, at least they'll be able to help walk you through this and not have any surprises. What really gets our team bummed out is when it gets up to the shop and the shop
Right.
techs find it and we didn't catch it. So
Yeah, if we can catch it ahead of time, it saves a lot of heartache. Yep.
So going forward, we're probably looking at the future, and it's here now, and that is GripWalk
Yep.
compatible binding. So I can't think of a franchise binding that attacks the Squire Griffins, the Strives from Solomon, the Look series.
Yeah,
right
any of
there.
these new bindings, if you're buying new skis or bought new skis in the last year or two, whether it's a system ski or a flat mounted ski in this case, it's probably going to be stamped GripWalk, or it should be stamped GripWalk either right there behind the AFD or up on the toe. So, and that'll work with all these new boots. And your old boots, if you love your old boots are backwards compatible into this new technology.
Yeah,
So,
boots from the 80s would still
Yep.
be. If you're seeing your boots from the 80s, come and see us. Well, please, things have changed there a lot too, which we talked about in our other video. Well, if you guys have any questions, post them to the YouTube video or on our social channels. If there's other topics that you guys are interested in having us cover, let us know that as well. We've got a store full of great gear and a store full of what we kind of think are smart people.
And a ton of snow on the way.
Snow's coming, snow's here. This video is shot on Wednesday. I think most of the Michigan resorts will be opening on Saturday, which is very exciting. We've been waiting a long time and we're starting off a lot better than last year.
Pretty stinking good.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to this week's What's Blank Wednesday. We'll catch you next week with another edition. Cheers.